What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. There is one thing in powerlifting that frustrates me. And it can happen in life too, but mainly powerlifting. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So the one thing that frustrates me is seeing powerlifters do things that aren't necessary just because they can do them. And to equate this in life, it would be like, using a power tool when really all you need is just a normal hand tool. Like using a nail gun to hang a picture on the wall. You can use it, doesn't necessarily mean you need to use it. Okay? So there's a time and a place for each tool that you use. And the same thing goes for lifting. There's a time and a place for each an individual thing that you can do to help you out in your lifting career. And see, I see a lot of people do this, and they'll train in the conjugate system, and I'm not knocking the conjugate system. Or they'll train using like all these variations to work on their weak points, yet how do you know what your weak points are? Like, how do you know it's not just a technique flaw that's making you like lean over in your squat, or that's making the bar speed slow off the ground? Like, you haven't been lifting long enough, you haven't perfected your form enough to know that yet. So if you're just starting out and you're using conjugate or you're using variations of the lift to work on your weak points, like, you don't know your weak points yet, because it could just be that you have shitty technique. So that being said, the number one thing I will suggest to you is up your frequency, up the amount of times you're doing each lift so that you get more practice per year on each lift. And that'll help you greatly improve. Like, just continue to work on your technique, continue to build off of that, and one day you'll have a solid technique built up, and then you'll know what your weak points are. But starting out with weak point training, aka the conjugate system, or starting out with variations, aka weak point training, is absurd. And it's for that one reason. Like, it could just be that you suck at squatting, your technique is so bad that it makes you slow out of the hole, right? Or it makes you have a terrible lockout. You don't know yet. Spend some time working on perfecting your form. Seriously, grind it out. Work on that frequency, get that frequency built up. And then once you're not improving, once progress is slowed there, then it's time to add the variations. Then it's time to add the conjugate method. It's time to work on those weak points. Hanging a picture is not the time for a nail gun, but framing a house, that's the time for a nail gun. And that's what I'm talking about here. Again, these are tools that you want to use, and you only want to use them when they're absolutely necessary, and not sooner. And I think that's the biggest mistake I see in powerlifting, is people doing things that are unnecessary a lot sooner than they need to, just because they can. You don't need a power tool to change a light bulb. You don't need a power tool to hang a picture. Don't hang a picture with a nail gun. Spend some time working on your form, building up the base. Then you can start utilizing other tools in the tool bag to help you become a better lifter. Alright, that's it. Rant over. Thanks for listening. If you know someone that needs to hear this message, please share it with them. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you nerds tomorrow. Peace.
It's lonely at the top, I'm tired of having company. So while you busy trying to fit in, I'ma stand out and view my life through this lens to see how it pans.